Hey guys, Marty Bostic here with a quick training video for you today. It's just kind of an overview of the concept of growth tools, using growth tools in your marketing, in your business, where you can add little widgets to your website. You can use some other little functions to really increase your conversions, to get those numbers up, whether it's for lead capture. Maybe you're trying to do a call to action, you're trying to get somebody's attention to a coupon or maybe a special offer you've got going. But using growth tools, it's proven that they increase your conversions. But you want to use them wisely. You want to make sure you don't overdo it, because some of these are done to death and they don't, they just, it's too much of it. But if you'll use them in a subtle way and you'll implement those strategically throughout your websites, your different marketing campaigns, you can really get a bang for your buck and get better conversions in the process. So what I want to do is just kind of walk you through a few sites that I've got set up over here and just show you some examples of what some of these growth tools are like. And at the end of this, what I'm going to do is just kind of talk through the software that I'm using, or one of the packages I'm using here that I have agency rights to, where I can resell it for you guys. I've got two different options for you and let you take a look at them. But if it's for you, if it's something you think you like, just let me know, and let's go ahead and dive in. I want to show you some examples, some real examples, ones that are actually live on some of my sites. So the first thing I want to show you is a quiz website I've got set up for doing quizzes and surveys. I'm going to refresh this site, and what you're going to see after a few seconds are how many people are visiting this domain at the moment. There it is. So right now there's two, including myself, that are active visitors right now. So that's one little growth tool. It's a little way to show somebody that you're active, or you have people here and they're doing things. And I've got it timed where it'll disappear on its own. And another example, like the one right here, is a niche blog I've got set up for writing better emails. And this particular one, I've got it set up with an exit intent. Give me just a moment here. We'll open this in an incognito window. So this particular site, don't know that I actually set it up on there yet. We'll use that as an example to actually create one live that'll go into effect. So let me pick another one. This is a health and wellness site. Let me go ahead and copy that domain. We're going to put it in a incognito window as well. And what I've got set up for this one are two conversion tools, two little growth tools, where after a few seconds, what's going to happen is it's going to issue a pop-up that shows up in the center of the screen after somebody's been on here for a few seconds, where I can put them on a mailing list in exchange for giving them a free checklist for healthier habits. Okay, so maybe they didn't like that and they're still scrolling around, they're looking at things that are on the site here, and they get through here and they're ready to leave. Well, now I do another pop-up where I offer them that same checklist again, but I do it on exit intent. So, they can get rid of it if they want to, but if they want to download it, it's going to take them over there to go get it. But it's a great little way that it's not overkill to get somebody's attention, and you build a list in the process. So those particular ones are around lead capture. Now, there's plenty of other examples. I'm going to show you one actually on interim income model on one of the funnels that are here. So I set up the code here where I'm going to give away a free gift. And if somebody's in here and they're looking at this page and they don't give me their name and email right here, maybe they're interested in the offer, but for whatever reason they didn't opt in right away, then when they start to navigate away, now I've got another growth tool with a little animated GIF here that's going to offer them a free gift. Notice it's contrasting against the darker background. And if they put their email in there, they're going to get on my list. I'm going to give them a free gift right away. And now I've got them on my list where I can continue to market to them over and over. A good way to look at this is a second chance click, or a second chance to get a lead. And if you follow principles like that, then you don't just have this one opportunity. You've got multiple opportunities to get in front of people and put things in front of them more than one time on one visit. So here's an ads board I've got set up. And people can post free classified ads on here. And actually, I didn't mean to hover over that right away, but let Let me go put this in a incognito window. Wrong place. There we go. So on this site, notice I've got a chat bot down in the lower corner. That's using a different tool that we'll get into in a later video. But I've also got a growth tool here that pops up to show a platform that I'm trying to promote to advertise. Now, the chat bot that I have over here is another way of doing a growth tool where it's interactive. You notice I have my picture in there, and I make it a more personalized experience for them. This actually automates an entire sales process to sell a ClickBank product. But we're going to close that, and that's all I have in place for this site. So it's one of those things. I may change my timing around a little bit, but the whole idea is to have small little growth tools and conversion tools in place on these virtual real estate locations where when people get there, you got a really good chance of getting that lead or getting that additional conversion. And there's other things you can do too. So using this particular package that I'm going to show you in just a moment, I'm going to show you some of the other tools here. So if we come over here and we clicked on an image, you could have a full-size image with some kind of notification that pops up. Maybe you choose a different size for the window, and you could have a call to action button. Or maybe you want to have a bar that's very subtle up here that collects their email. Maybe you want to offer a coupon. Okay, so maybe it's a discount on a product you're selling or something you're trying to entice somebody with. Maybe there's a product launch and you got a coupon code, or it's a retail product, an e-commerce product, and you want to offer a coupon. Those are great little tools too, and you can locate these wherever you want them. You can put them in the corners, you can put them in the center, you can do it when they exit away. You can even set them up where somebody sees it after they scroll through a certain percentage of the screen, so it's a more engaged tool. Now, there's any number of things in here. The call to action one I use a lot. That one's really good. I can put an image for a product in here, call to action button with a little bit of text, and I'm ready to go. And that's a good way to get eyeballs on something. And I can turn these on or off fairly easily too. So just let's go over again what the premise of the growth tools are for. So let's say you've got a blog, and that blog, you've got blog articles in it. It's pretty, here, we'll just use this as an example. So let's say this is your blog, and notice I've got some widgets over here. I'm selling a product over here. Or, the next time it reloads, it may show something different ad. I've got a place to do lead capture, but this is really the only place I'm doing lead capture for this. So I really need to introduce some additional ways to gather the lead, because for me, building that list is my number one goal. I'm trying to get people on my list where I can market to them over and over and over, build a relationship to them, and email them every day. So regardless of what your goals are, think about that going into it. If you want to acquire a lead where you can continue to email them or communicate with them, or maybe you're trying to get some particular offer or advertisement in front of people, it's a great system for doing that. So the name of this platform is called conversnap. Now, if you were to buy this platform right out of the gate, it cost you $99 a month. Okay, that's not what you're going to pay when I show you the offer on it. But trying to sell you the platform right now is not my goal. What I'm trying to do right now is show you how to implement these, how to use them easily, and not have to have a whole lot of experience around various technical pieces, and it's something that you can implement easily. So we're going to go over to a dashboard view. So these are all different properties I've got set up that I've got growth tools sitting on using this platform. So Write Better Emails, the one we were just looking at, I do not have in there yet. So I'm actually going to go install the script. And the only thing you need is a tiny little piece of header code right here. So follow step one, install the pixel. And then you want to go make sure that it's working over here in your list of websites. So I'm going to show you how this works. I'm going to copy that piece of code. Now this particular site, I have to go edit an HTML file, but you wouldn't always be doing that. If it's a WordPress site, you can do it there. It just varies. It depends on the platform that you're doing this with. Apparently I can't remember my login. There we go. All right, so we're going to go over to that particular account. And I'm just going to go edit the file. Most websites have a header file, or they might have a main index.php file. But in this particular case, I'm just going to go over to the theme where this sits. And there's a header.html file. And I'm just going to come down here before the ending head tag. Actually, I've got that code in there. Let me see if it's registering. I may have already put it there and just didn't do anything with it. Let's see. Actually, I have it in place. I just haven't created any tools for it yet. So, save myself a lot of time. So the code's already in place. It's just that one little piece of code that goes in the head tag. So now we're going to come over to our dashboard. And let's go create one for it. Right now, nothing exists. It's ready. It's sitting there and waiting. Cool thing about this platform is you only have to put the one piece of code in there. You don't have to put a different piece of code in there for every growth tool. You just put the one piece of code to trigger it, and you can manage the rest of it back here. So we're going to call this one writebetteremails.info. I think that was what I called my domain. Yeah. I have so many domains, it's hard to keep up with them. Okay. So now I've got the container right here. So let's go figure. It's my new word for the day. Let's go figure out what we want to make for a growth tool on here. So maybe we want to do, maybe I want to give away something to somebody when they're leaving. Not necessarily while they're on the screen there, but let's just do it on the way out. Okay. So let's come over here and do an email collector. Let's do this modal 2. I like using that one. Okay. So we'll call it exit, something you can remember, exit email capture. Okay. And my trusty little 8 free cheat sheets type free gift thing, that's really good. I really need to put something in here around email though. So what I want to do, for the purpose of this example, I'll just show you guys. I'm just going to leave this right here. I could very easily change the message. Get email tips and tricks daily. Just subscribe below and I'll send them right over. So now it's updated it on the fly, and I'm not going to put an image in there. There's no need to put one in there, but you would put a URL to an image you want to use, maybe an animated GIF, maybe something that's relevant to what you're trying to get them to do. Your best contact email. Get my free email tips. There we go. So we're going to update that. This is what it looks like. Now let's go look at our color scheme for just a minute. I really don't want to put a white box right here. I want to make that a different color so it's contrasting when somebody's on the site. So what we're going to do is come over here to customize, and we're going to change the background color from white to, the red tends to stand out pretty good, so we'll do that. We'll change the text, maybe kind of a bright yellow. There we go, that sticks out. And we'll make the description color, we'll make it white. That's good enough for what we're trying to do here. Okay, so we'll go ahead and click update. Now it's not live yet, it's still turned off, and I'll show you how this works in just a minute. So we'll come over here to trigger it, and we'll say, I could either do a delay where it shows up on the screen after X number of seconds, or I could say after they've scrolled down 50% of the page, then I want to show it, or exit intent, which is what I'm going to do here. And I'm going to tell it to show all the time. Almost done. So the next thing I want to do is make this hang around for like 10 seconds. And I want it to show up in the middle center of the screen. Now, because I'm an agency holder, I could do my own custom branding on here to sell this platform, but I'm just going to turn off branding for right now. Save it. And now there's no branded little mark at the bottom here. Okay. And I'll cover this in another video, but this platform automatically collects the leads that it gathers, but they're in the platform. If you want to get those over into an autoresponder, you can use a simple webhook, which is very easy to do. And I'll show you how to do it for free. So we'll do that in another video. But for right now, I've got this thing sitting here. I'll be able to see statistics of how many times it's been viewed and clicked through and all that good stuff in any data I've collected. So what we're going to do is go ahead and turn this on. And that's it. It's ready to go. So now if I come over here to this website, if I refresh it, what should happen is as I navigate away, now my growth tool has popped up. If I were to come over here, and all I'm doing is just collecting the lead. I'm not sending it to an autoresponder or anything right now. I just click that, it's out of the way, I'm good, and now it doesn't pop back up again. But what happened on the back end, if we click on data, now we can see that we grabbed an email, and this is the location we grabbed it from, and I could export that however I want to work with it, or what I was telling you before, we can have it automatically go to an autoresponder platform and dump it in our list like we want it to. Statistics, I could go see that, hey, it's been seen once, somebody's hovered over it once. The click has not registered yet, but that's okay. And you can see that we've had one form submission. But maybe I decide I want another tool on there too. I want to leave that there. So let's go look at what we've got. So we see that inside of here, right now we have one growth tool active. This one. Okay? So let's go make another one. You can make as many as you want. But like I said, you want to use them sparingly and not let them get out of hand. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a call to action. So I'm going to give them something that's my email success blueprint where they can get it for $1. I run it for $1 all the time anyway, but that's okay. So let's put this little $1 offer right here. I'm going to copy that image location right here. Now I'm going to come over here and use that image. Check it out. Email success blueprint for only $1. I don't need this cheesy little picture. Actually, I want that to fit on one thing. There we go. All right. A $27 value, just a buck. There we go. So we got that. We got that. And where I'm going to take them to is to this offer. So that's the button URL. This could be a shopping cart button. It could be whatever, but I'm just going to do that. So now it's functional. I am going to change the color. I'm going to change the background color because again, I want this thing to appear, but I want it to appear. We'll use the bottom left. We'll turn off branding. We'll show it for 8 seconds. And we want to trigger this. We'll do something crafty and say after they've scrolled down 25% of the page, then I'll show them that in the lower left. And now let's just change our colors up just a little. So the background color, let's see what we got here. No, that's too dark. That looks crappy. That'll work. And don't like the black there, but we'll change it up just a little. None of that looks good, does it? We'll change it back to black. It's good enough for the example. All right, so ready to go. Here's a little simple modal pop up that's going to show up here. So we're going to update it. You could choose animation effects. You could say I want to zoom in. All right. So here we go. So right now that doesn't exist yet. It's not functional where anybody could see it. So I'm just going to turn it on. And if we come and look at our property again, I now have two growth tools. I got one when somebody's trying to exit, and I have another one that shows up when they start scrolling down through the content, which means they're a little bit more engaged. School of thought there is maybe 75%. They're a little bit more engaged. Okay, so these are people that visit for the first time here. So now we're going to come over here. We're going to open that in an incognito, well, theoretically. There we go. So here we are. As I scroll down through here, now we've got this pop-up that just kind of slaps me in the face because it's a different color than everything else. And if I clicked here, it's going to take me over to get this $1 offer. Now, on the site, oh, I closed it. You may decide you want to open it in a new tab as well. So we've got that shows up, okay, and it'll disappear in just a few seconds. If you'll watch, it'll just go away like it's supposed to. Done. All right, so now let's say somebody's in here and they're poking around and they look at something that's a blog post in here. I've got it set for every time. What I would probably do is not annoy the piss out of them and put it for once per session. So when they visit, they'll see it one time and then they won't see it again until they come back to the website. All right, so that's gone. But now I'm ready to leave. I read what I wanted. I'm not really interested anymore. Oh, look, there's a pop-up box in the center of the screen. And then I could just put my information in there, get my free email tips. If I have the hook in there, it'd take them over to my autoresponder, and I'm done. But it's a great way to capitalize off of visitors that are showing up, to offer them incentives or do things to engage better with them rather than just a bland visit to a site. So you get the idea. You could, like I said, you could do as many of these as you want. I'll probably take this one right here, and I'm going to tell it I only want to show this once per visit session. But you saw how quickly I put that in there. It's done. It's already there. I don't have to do anything else with this. I might change the colors a little bit, but it works. It works for my needs, and I was able to implement it very quickly. So hopefully that gives you an idea of how growth tools might help you with your various websites. It doesn't matter what they are. It doesn't matter what you're trying to do. It could be a lead capture page like I showed you with the interim income model. You could use chatbots. You could use conversnap here where you've got all these different growth tools built into it. It really doesn't matter as long as you're doing something. And you will find that your engagement rate really goes up. You do very well with it the more you introduce these and you start to make those part of your normal flow. So let's go ahead and talk about price for just a minute. So what I'm going to do, and I don't have anything fancy to show you right at the moment, but like I said, this normally sells for $99 a month, okay? That's what they charge for it. Because I can set my own prices on it, what I'm going to do is I'm going to let you have access as an account holder where you can create growth tools for yourself for $37 one time. If you decide you would like to also be a reseller and be able to create accounts yourself and resell this, then I can sell you those rights for $67 one time. You can pay with PayPal, credit card. I'll try and throw a crypto option in there if you want to pay with cryptocurrency as well. But you get the idea around how the growth tools work. Very simple platform. I'm here to help you if you get stuck on it. The training videos are really good built into the platform, but you'll get access to a console that looks like this, where you can do everything that you need to do. You'll have access if you bought resale rights, where you can get in there and you can create accounts for other people. I'm not going to show you that interface right now, but you get all the instructions on how to do that. You could be up and running in 10 minutes, seriously. I mean, you saw what I did there. If I took a site that didn't even have anything on it yet, it's a no-brainer to get it implemented. But the next video on this subject, we're going to be talking about chatbots, and I'm going to show you ConvertoBot, which was ConversioBot. But I'm going to show you how I use it and implement chatbots to automate a lot of the lead capture, surveying people, automating a sales process. I'll show you how that whole thing works. But today, for this video, we're talking about conversnap. When I get done with all of this little series, I'm going to put it together in a training platform for you that's real easy to get to, where all these videos will be together. The purchase links will be there if you're interested in it. And that's it. I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope you get an idea around the growth tools that get your wheels turning. Stay tuned for another video. It may not be tomorrow, but I'll try and get it done pretty quickly so we can stay on target with this. You guys take care.